Hello everyone. I am excited to be talking to you today about Facebook and specifically about using Boost on Facebook. So first of all, what is Boost? Let's start there. It's a way to get a given Facebook post seen by more people, whether those are people that are already fans of your page or not. And we'll discuss how you can target which of those audiences you want. You can control how much money you want to spend on a given post and how many days you would like to increase its visibility. Obviously, if it's a post that's more pertinent for a longer period of time, you'd probably want that for a larger number of days. A small initial budget will allow you to see how well it works for your page, but you don't have to commit to spending a whole bunch of money. We have some agents that we've seen that are spending between $3 and $5 a week, and they're seeing some pretty good results just with that. So I want to encourage all of you to commit at least a couple dollars to testing this and seeing how it works for you. So you might ask, why do you want to boost post? As we said, it's going to get more eyeballs on your post. It's going to increase your reach, which is going to get more people interacting with your posts, which is going to improve your Facebook presence overall. And not just the posts that you boost, but all of your posts will get a little increase for a couple days while you're boosting it and after. So you're going to get that benefit as a trickle-down effect. It's not just the one post. So you can get some new likes, and it allows you to reach new potential customers as well as friends of your current customers and fans, which is really great because those people will be able to see, oh, hey, Bobby already is a fan of this page, so maybe there's something to be said for that. That must be a good agency if they're liking them. And when people engage with your boosted posts, their friends will see that interaction. So again, people who may not already be fans of your page will see that their friends are commenting on these photos, which might encourage them to go on, view them, maybe make comments, perhaps start following you as well. And that's like a secondary set of boosting that's all for free. So when you want to get started with boosting, what you're going to do is find a post that you want to boost on your Facebook business page. So just go there, scroll through. You probably want to do it on more recent ones. You don't want to go back in time a long time. But when you see something that looks relevant, scroll down to underneath the post and click on Boost Post. You'll see that little button right there. And I know you're all curious. How do I know which post to boost? You want to choose the ones that are the most relevant. So if all of your clients are family focused, you're probably not going to want to boost a honeymoon post because you'd be wasting your money. But you might want to boost a nice post that has a beach or a travel tip related to families, something like that, something that's really geared towards your specific audience. You also want to choose posts that don't have a lot of text overlaid on them. Facebook doesn't want to see more than 20% of the image covered with text. So here's an example. Here's a post that would be good one to boost. It's got a little bit of text on it, but it's a pretty small amount. We can see this is clearly less than 20% of the total image is text. Now look at one that would not be a very good candidate to boost. This one. You can see way too much text. What's going to end up happening is Facebook will pull your post down, and yeah, you might have gotten a little bit out of it, but you wouldn't have gotten the full amount of reach that you really could have gotten. So just keep that in mind when you're boosting them. So once you've chosen a post to boost, then this is the screen you're going to see. And it'll allow you to preview it for both the desktop and mobile, and you can set what the audience is and your budget and duration. So I would say most likely you're going to want to choose people who like your page and their friends. You could do just people who already like your page, but I think it's always good to try to get those people who aren't following you yet and try to increase that number. People you choose through targeting, I'm going to do a separate whole webinar about that because that's a more advanced one, and there's a whole bunch of cool features you can get into, but I think you want to learn kind of the basics of boosting first and be comfortable with that before you get into targeting. You can also change a location. Maybe if you're a Canadian agency, you want to make sure that your location is Canada, or if you do US and Canada, maybe you're right on the border, you want to make sure that that's changed. Perhaps you have an office outside of the country and you also want to target people in that country. You change that in location. And you're going to set your budget. And when you do that, Facebook will tell you the estimate of how many people you're going to reach. That's not a guarantee, but it'll give you a good idea. So as we said, we want people who like your page and their friends. And again, what you want to target depends on your goals. So here's our budget and duration. We can see that for $5, and we're going to reach between 530 and 1,400 people. And we're going to run this ad for 7 days. You can change your total budget. As you increase it, you can see that this number will move up. Obviously, the more money you spend, the more people you're going to reach. You can see here if I change it to $20, I'm reaching between 1,700 and 4,500. That's a pretty big bump, so nice to keep in mind. And once you've chosen your options, then you're going to click on Boost here in the bottom right-hand corner. Now, if you've not added a payment method into your Facebook account already, then it's going to ask you at this time to add a credit or debit card, use PayPal, or a Facebook ad coupon. So just follow the steps. Just like anything else you pay for online, it's going to ask you for your details. So we're going to continue. And then you'll see this message that says your promotion has been submitted, and there'll be a review process to make sure it meets the ad guidelines. Again, the 20% or no more than 20% text guideline that we talked about. Usually takes 15 minutes. I found that it's a lot faster than that, but it kind of depends on time of day, day of week. If a whole bunch of people are doing it, it might be the full 15 minutes. So now you just have to wait for it to be approved. And you'll get a little notification in your notification area of Facebook saying your ad is approved. And then on the right-hand side of your Facebook page, you'll see this area that says Your Ads. And then it will tell you how many people it reached. And then the more important one, actually, I feel, is people engaged, which is people who clicked on that, they commented on it, they shared it, they liked it. So you're wanting to see that you're reaching new people, but you're also wanting to see that these people are interested in your post. And so the more people who are engaging, the more who are interested. So you can also click on the ads shortcut once you've boosted your first post, and you can go back and see the history of all of your previous posts and see how well this boost performed versus another one. Take a look at that, do some research. So what's next? As I said, here's how you can view your post, and they'll give you a little bit of detail. They'll give you whether you reached more women or men, or who was more engaged with you, things like that. You can look at ages. You can really dig in and kind of see who your audience is. And I would say that would be something for you to do too, because you may think you know your clients pretty well, but it would be interesting to see, are those who are on your Facebook page and that you're reaching on here really the same as those that you're actually booking? So always a good check to make sure we know who our audience is. And continue to watch it over the next several days to see what's going on, because you may get not much activity on the first day, and then you may see on the second day like, oh wow, I got a whole bunch more people engaged with this. So that is the basics of boosting. If you want to learn more, we're going to be doing some additional topics, including hashtags, advanced boosting, and we have our previous solution series topics on YouTube, including the Facebook algorithm, and I'll have this one up later today or tomorrow. But I want to open things up for some questions, and I see I have a couple. And if anybody else has any, just let me know. You can type it in the questions box, and I'll be sure to answer it. And again, if you missed any of this or joined us late, I will have it all recorded so you can hear the full presentation. I see there's a question about a $5 boost for 7 days. Does that equate out to $35? No, you're saying your max for the entire time that you're promoting your post. That's the maximum that you want to spend. So if you do $5 for 7 days, it'd average out to, a little under $1 every day. And then I see that somebody else had a question about where on Facebook do we do this. So what you do is you go to your business page and you scroll down, and underneath each post you'll have a little boost button. And I'll go back to that slide here real quick and show you, just so you can see. So as we see here, here's an example of a post on my page, and then this blue boost button right underneath it. You just click on that. And I see a question about the targeted audiences, and will I be doing that? I'm not going to be going over that today, but that is going to be an upcoming webinar topic. I may actually do that one next, so I will be sure, Darcy, to send you the date that I'm going to be doing that one. And we can always chat a little bit offline if you'd like to about the targeted audiences as I'm putting together the slides. It would be great to have your feedback on as far as if everything makes sense and all that. And I see another question about setting a budget of 20, but we're billed over 60. I'm not sure, but we can talk about that offline. Brenda, if you want to send us an email, I can take a look at your settings and we can go from there. And then there's another one on our business page. Are we dealing with likes, or do they have to be friends first? No, they don't have to be friends first. They have to like your page, but that doesn't matter if they're friends with your personal page or not. And for this, you can reach people who don't already like your page, that have no relationship with you. Facebook basically does a bunch of calculations to figure out who it thinks would be interested in your page. So it'll do a lot of friends of friends, things like that. So it gives that trust factor along with it. And there's another one, is there a webinar that informs us how to create a post in Passport Online that we can then post to Facebook? I don't have one about that, but James, if you want to send an email to us at esp@passportonlineinc.com and let me know a little more of what you're looking for, then I can try to steer you in the right direction. And then, do I have an estimate of how many new likes per post? That one's hard to say. I think it's going to be different for each one of you, and so I'd really encourage you to join our ESP user group, and you can ask that question to some of the other agents who are pretty active with boosting and see what their responses are, but I suspect it's going to be kind of all over the board. Some people are getting a few per boost, some people are getting a lot more, and it probably depends on the size of their fan base already. And I got another one. Can we access this webinar later too? Yes, I'll have it posted on our YouTube channel later today, and I will add a link on our Passport Online Facebook page and also post it in our ESP user group. And Neil, I see that you say, do you have call to action on your page? I'm not sure whether you mean on the Facebook page, but there are some options to add call to actions on there, and you can always do that in the post too. If you see a post that you want to boost, you can always edit that post before you boost it and then have some kind of additional text call to action. You know, call us today at such and such address, things like that. And there was a request to have the YouTube address up here again. So here it is. You can also go to our website, passportonlineinc.com, and you'll see all of our social media icons on both the top and bottom of the page, so you can get to it from there if you don't want to write down that whole long address. And if you want to join the Passport Online user group, I'm happy to send you a link. And if you just send me an email, or John, if you just leave your email address in here in the questions, I'll get it to you as soon as we get off of here. There's another question about someone sending a request to like the agency page and it ended up coming from your personal account even though you were on the agency page. When you're on the agency page and you're making a comment, there's a little photo that's going to show up, and it'll show either your profile photo or your agency icon, and then there's a little drop down arrow above that where you can change that to your agency. And Holly, if that doesn't make sense, just let me know and I'll be happy to show you one-on-one. I could probably even do a short video that I can share with everyone. There's another question about, if I don't boost a post, will the post still be seen? You'll still get the opportunity for it to be shown in people's news feeds, and that's going to be based on Facebook's algorithm and who they choose to show that post to. So you will still be seen by some. And is the 20% text based upon text size? It's based upon the amount of text covering the entire image. So you could have pretty tiny print that covers a lot of the photo, or you can have pretty big print that covers, you know, a lot of the photo, and that would still be outside of the 20%. So really just kind of eyeball it and say, is this, you know, less than a fifth of the page or photo that this is covered? And the email address, again, is esp@Passport Online Inc. if you'd like to email me. Otherwise, those of you who included your email address, I'll be happy to send you the link to the user group and you can get joined. Otherwise, I think we're going to call this done. If anybody has any questions afterwards, you can always reach out to me on Facebook. You can send me an email. You can talk to me in the Facebook user group. You can talk to each other. Sometimes other agents have even more valuable information than I do about this because they have a little bit more experience from the agency side. So thank you all for joining me. And again, that email address is esp@passportonlineinc.com. And I am Sarah. So you can look for me in the group. Thank you.